From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Alrighty, everyone, welcome to round number 21, I do believe, here for the Southern Excitement Racing League live here on Extreme Sim TV. Boy, the playoffs spots are heating up here tonight. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. But it is going to be a battle in Iowa in round 21. Thank you guys for coming out, as always, to this round again. Let's take a look at the playoff standings coming in, or the point standings coming into tonight. And you take a look here. Nope, didn't load, did it? Let me fix that right quick. I'll fix the standings. And then we'll come back and we'll take a look at this. But boy, what a night it is going to be here this evening from the Iowa Motor Speedway. It's going to be such a fun night. I appreciate everybody coming out here tonight for tonight's event. I'm really looking forward to this one. Iowa Motor Speedway, of course, the real life racing over at Indy this week. We put Iowa on the schedule in place of Indy here this weekend. And I think it's a good call. I think this racetrack's going to present some really good racing with the playoff spots on the line and everything we have that's going on into this one. It's going to be a fun night. I again thank everyone for coming out here to this event here tonight on Extreme Sim TV for the Southern Excitement Racing League, as we will prepare to go racing here and qualifying here in about 2 minutes. Who is your pick to walk away in victory lane here in the Corn Cob state of Iowa? What do you think? Who's it going to be? We'll find out here very shortly as we wrap up practice here in just a moment. We'll get you those point standings as well. Again, everybody's been practicing about an hour here tonight. Been in here for most of this practice session. Everybody seems to be in good terms here with the race car, especially coming in tonight. So right now, guys, are on pit road. We're getting revved up, ready to go. Keep in mind, we're a few minutes away from the actual start of this event. And again, we will take a look momentarily at your point standings coming into tonight's event here in round 20. What in the world? Did I hit the wrong thing? I did. I'm a doofus. Some days, aren't I? Oh, what did I break? I broke something, didn't I? I broke something. What did I break? But we will get ready to go. And, man, it's going to be a fun one tonight. See if we can talk to Dakota Camper down here and fill some time with Dakota here as I fix things that I appear to broke. Hey, Dakota, I'm in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, Iowa Motor Speedway on the schedule here tonight in place of the Indy Road Course. What's your expectations going into Iowa here tonight?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good race. I think people are getting used to the way the car drives. There's a lot of tire fall off, so expect cars pit early, then they're going to get a big advantage on tires. So it's going to be whoever saves tire, if we do get a long green flag run, is going to be the top dog, I think, here today.
Well, man, it's going to be interesting to watch. You come into the night, round 21. Points battle is all over one another. We kind of know that at this point. Well, what is your thought process here as we kind of close in on the playoffs?
Yeah, well, we're just trying to gain as many points positions we can get because in this series we get bonus points for each position that we're in. So just trying to get as high up towards that number one spot as I can. I moved up to fourth. I got a good ways to go to get to a top 3 spot, but it's possible. Just trying to have a lot of good races and hold my position.
There you go, man. Well, I'll let you go, bud. Best of luck going forward, my man.
Thank you, buddy. So maybe we can get a win tonight.
There we go, Dakota Camper ready to go racing here tonight on Extreme Sim TV, and our overlay will be fixed here momentarily. We had a little bit of an issue with the overlay. We'll get that fixed up and ready to go, and then we shall go racing here tonight again. Thank you, everyone, for your time coming out here tonight for the show. I'm looking forward to tonight's coverage here on Extreme Sim TV. Again, Matt in the booth, as always, as I enjoy each and every week with you guys. And we'll get ready to go racing here in a moment. And we'll also look at those point standings here momentarily. So I try to determine how I broke stuff. We'll let everybody get in here and get ready to go. And for what is going to be one heck of a race here tonight on Extreme Sim TV. So let's take a look. We'll try this one more time. And get ready to rock and roll as the field works their way through qualifying right now at Iowa Raceway. Yeah, I broke stuff. It was an oopsie. Now qualifying should be underway on track right now. And everybody should be ready to go. And we should have our ride overlay up and going and fixed up for tonight's coverage here in just a moment. And there we go. Okay, this looks better. This looks somewhat better. Wow. 2 Extreme Sim TV logos, but it works. 4 tonight, it'll work. We got it fixed. Alright, qualifying on track right now. Now let's see if we can take a look at the point standings here tonight live, and you see it there on your screen. Take a look back there around that 16th position. The battle continuing. Patrick Kobe back there, 7 points out of that spot. Going to be David Durand along with Kyle back there as well. 13 out. John McMillan, a senior, 13, 14 out. And really, when you start looking, look all the way down from 9th back to 15th. Really tight battling. Jeff D. Merck missed some races, but he is still on the inside of this cutoff. So we really got to pay attention here to Kobe, Durant, Kyle, John right there, and that little subsection of the battle. Matthew Goodell just on the inside as well. His nerves got to be a wreck right now. Goodell looking at what it's going to take to go into the playoffs later on in the year, and we continue to look here as qualifying continues. There is Mr. Ronnie Osmere right there, Mark True, Matthew Jonathan Cogswell, Patrick Kobe right there. We just got done talking about him. The 9 there, David Duran, Goodell. Just some of these guys that are in this battle who transfer into the playoffs here tonight. Now, track is pretty silent at the moment. Because, yeah, it's pretty silent right now. Ronnie in the 55 on top of the board. Let's talk to another one of our drivers coming in tonight. See what David Durand has to say about all of this. Hey, David Durand, Matt up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, sir. Doing okay. Well, you're in the midst of this playoff battle as well. How much attention do you start paying to that at this point?
Quite a bit, a lot, because we have the races counting down now, so we try to get a good run at these next 3 or 4 races and try to lock ourselves in the playoffs. So that's the goal right now.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go, bud. Best of luck going in tonight,
thank you, sir.
man.
All right, thank you, sir.
All righty, there we go. We'll get him ready to go. Durand there in the 24 on track in that 24 machine right now. Coming to the qualifying lap for David Durand. Have a little bit of a blinking problem there for the 24 of David. It's not what you want to see here. Qualifying 9th, lap number 1. Durand right now P9 on the charts at the moment. David Durand right now, he is going to be setting heat number 9 with that 24.08. Durand nice and smooth on the exit there. He'll keep the car relatively straight, and he'll finish his laps. P number 5 for David Durand here tonight at Iowa. It's going to be interesting for David Durand. How does this work out over the long haul tonight? So Durand right up there ready to go. 3 minutes remaining. Right now, Ronnie continuing to be your pole sitter here tonight at the Iowa Raceway. Good job for Ronnie Osmier there, getting on the pole here tonight. Looking to find his way to victory lane. Who's going to wreck first? I don't know. Maybe nobody will wreck tonight, man. Maybe everybody will stay clear and not hit anything and be all good. But that's what we're going to find out here. 160 laps around the Iowa Raceway tonight. Again, round number 22 makes its way to Michigan Raceway. 1 week from their night, we're back with the regular NASCAR schedule as we head to Michigan 1 week from tonight. Stage lap here tonight, 65 of this 160 lap affair here tonight at Iowa. So lap 65 will be your stage break here at Iowa Raceway. Taking a look at Bill Stringfellow rolling on track there in the track racer machine. Bill Stringfellow trying to get it done here. That track racer ride looking sharp here tonight. Matthew Goodell on track as well. Another one we got to highlight right now in 11th. Stringfellow going to come through the trial or the front straightaway portion. He'll jump right to the bottom of the racetrack. That's the way everybody sets here. So at the moment, David Durand up front, crossing the stripe here. And Bill Stringfellow, or David Durand, Ronnie Osmier. That's 8 for Durand. Ronnie top of the board. Mark True there as well. Everybody finishing up their qualifying effort here tonight, and he'll bring it to pit road. That's another part, and you see it right there. That pit road entry here at Iowa can be a tricky place for these drivers to figure it out. But right now, it looks like Ronnie going to start on the pole. Everybody has made their qualifying effort here for round 21 in Iowa here tonight before we head to Michigan 1 week from tonight. take a look here at what we got just coming up here. And it's going to be so much fun. Justin Michael with the win at Pocono last week. Then it's going to be Mr. who's going to be taking home Iowa. Take a look at the winners. 3 different winners in the last 3 weeks. Matt Crockett, Mr. Dakota Camper got it done at New Hampshire. And then Justin Michael went to victory lane back at Pocono last week. But now we're on to Iowa, right? 65, and I tell you, a stage of 65 laps here. Going to go by in a pretty quick hurry as well. And take a look upcoming. Michigan, Richmond, Watkins, Glen, Daytona coming up as well to end off the regular season. Irwin Photography 90 at Watkins at Daytona to end off the regular season before we go to Darlington, Kansas, Bristol, Texas, Talladega, the Roval, Vegas, and Homestead, Martinsville, and Phoenix to round out the year. All upcoming. We're going to be out of time in qualifying here tonight. It is getting to be go time. And we'll take a look at your starting lineup here momentarily on Extreme Sim TV. Again, thank you to everybody. Let's take a look at where everybody will start here tonight. So let's take a look right now. Here we go. Your starting lineup here tonight as follows right here. And thank you to Outlaw for throwing up the Outlaw Performance starting grid. And you got Ronnie Osmere, Mark True on the front row. Row number 2 here tonight. Bill Stringfellow, Matthew there as well in that second row. Dakota Camper will start 3rd. Chris there in 4th and 6th. 7th going to be John McMillan Sr. David Duran going to roll from 8th here. Jonathan Cogswell, 9th. Patrick Kobe going to roll off 10th. It's going to be Matt Crockett and Mr. Roger there in row 6. Matthew Goodell alongside Kyle. Both those guys fighting for a playoff spot. Andrew Rattel, James C. Jones, right there is going to be it. That will be your final row here tonight at Iowa. So boys and girls, it is time 160 laps, your race distance. The nerves have to be strong inside these race cars right now as they get ready to do battle here tonight. Ronnie to bring them down to green from the front row. Be huge for Ronnie to bring them down. Number 55 looking good here tonight. And once again, Jeff D. Merck also not in the race here tonight. He continues to fall through the point standings. That could be another spot that opens up as well long term. But again, that's looking a little bit down the road. Here we go, getting ready to go green. Ronnie up front. Mark True, Bill Stringfellow, ready to go racing here tonight. $160 laps in this one at Iowa. Bill, Matthew right there inside that top 4 for the start. What about Dakota Camper? Got a win a few weeks ago in Together in Place Live Church. Number 3 machine. Looks to go back to victory lane here tonight at Iowa. But it is go time here in Iowa. Ronnie going to be up there on the front row for the start of this one. Osmere will bring them down. And we will get ready to see the green flag wave here at Iowa to get this one going. Round number 21. Thank you guys for coming out. The iRacing pace car lights are off. You'll get ready to dive for pit road. The safety of pit road for the pace car. And everybody else will come to green through the Geico restart box. Green flag in the air. Good start there for James C. Jones. And a couple more. Ronnie going to lead them here into turn number 1 and 2. Martin Crew back there as well. Everybody good restart. Here goes Dakota Camper. He'll go to the bottom. Camper to third here early on. Mark True right there as well, side by side. Complete lap number 1. Gonez back here and still in a battle with John McMillan Sr. That battle for position 7th, 8th on back. One car up high on the racetrack. Down the back straightaway. That's going to be Gonez in the 6th. Having a problem. Jonathan Cogswell has sneaked through to the inside right now. It's already getting smooth, getting going here. Battle between Patrick Kobe. Couple of more cars with him here. About 4 or 5 cars in a bracket. There's the 31. John McMillan Sr. in the battle with Gonez and more. What about Kobe here? That's the 28 rider, Kobe with John McMillan Jr. Sr. Gonez. Everybody stacked on top of one another here, at least early on here in this group. Man, wonderful racing here. Side by side. Right here on your screen. We'll continue to go here, and once again 4 laps in the books here. Great racing side by side deep in the pack. There's Goodale right now in that 30-12 with Jonathan Cogswell and many more side by side. Kyle, there's Roger fighting side by side with Kyle for 14th. Crockett there as well. You're not missing anything out front. Stringfellow right there behind Ronnie, and Ronnie up to a 4/10 of a second lead over the field right now. Kobe back here, John McMillan Sr. trying to pick his way through in the 31. It's going to be interesting for John McMillan Sr. here. How far can he pick through? He's in 11th right now, right behind Jonathan Cogswell. And that DQ machine. Remember, Cogsy not having some of the luck that you would want to see out of Cogswell here in the last few weeks. Cogsy kind of fighting for it here in 10th, just inside the top 10 here tonight. Again, 8 laps complete. Ronnie leads from the pole, has led every lap to start this one tonight over Bill Stringfellow and Dakota Camper. And right now, Camper going to come over under fire from Matthew here. He'll work the bottom. Great move. They continue to run right now. Ronnie out front leading. Bill Stringfellow in second. Bill hanging on. Matthew, Mark True right there. David Duran there as well with Patrick Kobe. Ronnie out front leading. Ronnie leading away with Bill Stringfellow up there in second. Right to hang on right now inside that top 5 along with David Duran. You take a look at David Duran here in the 24 camp. We talked to him pre-race. We talked about the importance of him having a good run. And right now, just outside the top 5, really good run for Duran. So David really answering the call here tonight. Inside the top 10, just outside the top 5. Kobe there as well, keeping up. What about Gonez back there at 8? There's some great runs right here inside the top 10. There is Matt Crockett right there also fighting through. Around the 24-second, 24-3 bracket for race leader Ronnie Osmer up front over Bill Stringfellow by about 5/10 of a second right now. Dakota Camper trying to peek it through as well. He won another car that's really good right now. Patrick Kobe, last time by, lap before that, one of the faster cars on the racetrack. And so is Andrew Rattel back here deep in the field, trying to find a way through in the 5 machine. Leader ran at 24.4. Andrew ran a 24.47 that last time. Car seems to be really smooth for the 5. He's just a long way back here, about 5 seconds off your race leader. He's going to have to make up some ground, but a really good race car so far for Andrew. We'll have to track that progress. Meanwhile, Bill Stringfellow's car appears to be dropping off a bit. Camper starting to close the gap between him and Stringfellow at the moment. Stringfellow doing a really, really smooth job. Trying to hang in there right now. So that's impressive to me when we take a look at what we've got going on here tonight with Ronnie up front. Bill there also in the mix. Start looking at lap times here tonight. Ronnie right there out front. Starting to open the gap now to 1.2 seconds. Dakota, though, staying right behind Bill. Those two, that's going to be a battle before much longer. Dakota working the bottom. Bill going to work the top out of turn 4. Good run down the front straightaway for Bill, but Dakota doing a nice job wheeling it into the back bumper of Bill at the moment with 18 laps in this race already complete. Mark True, David Duran, what about Bill and Patrick Kobe right there as well. So this race continues here. Just 19 laps in. There's Roger, Matt Crockett. Back here, a bit of a battle. Crockett and the 29 of Roger right there doing battle. Great side-by-side racing out of turn 4 right now. Ronnie, though, up front 1 point. Sorry about that, folks. Ronnie up front, 1.7 out, but Dakota continuing to close in on the back bumper of Stringfellow right now. At least keeping him honest as Jones picks up a position over Crockett. Crockett right there. You see Crockett fighting side by side. Crockett in a bit of trouble. Crockett hanging on. Matt Crockett, James C. Jones, Matthew Goodell. Andrew just up in front of them also. Ronnie continuing to lead right now with Bill Stringfellow running second. Cody Camper inside the top 3. Cody finally going to make the move around Bill. Bill fall into 3rd, Camper to 2nd. Now we'll see with some clean racetrack if indeed he can close the gap on Ronnie out in front of him. Bill going to try to fight back. He's like, not so yet. Sure yet. Now, I think that's going to pretty much clear Dakota for 2nd. But Durand back here taking a look deeper in the pack. McMillan Sr. back here in a little bit of a battle. Andrew back in the pack as well. About 7 seconds off your race leader. There's Jonathan Cogswell in 13th. Not the night that he won it either. Taking a look here, running out front, continuing to lead. You see Jonathan Cogswell deep in the field right now. What has been a very clean start to this race. And Iowa up top, going to go to 6 of Gonez. Gonez hanging tight right now. They continue to run right at the moment. Great racing on your screen. Ronnie out front leading over Dakota Camper right now. What's up, Jones? How you doing, sir? Dakota Camper setting in second. They continue to be nice and single file right now. So as I take a look around the racetrack at where we're at here, just shy of 26 laps complete. Really impressed with what I'm seeing out of everybody. Tire wear seems to be dropping quite a bit here. We're about a second slower on average than we were when this run started. So we got to keep that in mind as McMillan and David Duran knows the tale. We do have some fall off here at Iowa right now as far as tires go. That could make it interesting when we get the pit stops later on. Again, 65, the end of the stage here tonight. And you also got to think about the fact there is no stage caution here in this division either. So I think that may entice some guys to pull some strategy as well if this thing stays green. So I look through the running order right now. Ronnie's got that gap up to 2 seconds. Doesn't appear to be slowing down at all here. So great job by him just maintaining out front right now. So as these guys sit here and look, there is Patrick Kobe, John McMillan Sr. back here. David Duran having a problem. David Duran blinked out for a moment. He is back to 8th, but definitely not what you want to see. Take a look at Patrick Kobe right now, coming in 16th on the playoff leaderboard. Doing a good job, doing what he needs to do. Keep that vehicle in front of the guys behind him. And that is exactly what he is doing right now inside the top 5. And remember, it was Christopher who came in just in front of him into the playoff picture. So that could be huge tonight as well. Christopher not here, so that may very well drop him out of the playoff picture. So Christopher Howell not here tonight. That could play very well for some of these guys in that playoff spot, in that battle that we've got going on. Roughly halfway through stage 1 already here tonight. Ronnie has led every lap so far. Has the gap up to 2.9 over the field. Battle here mid-pack. There's Mark True just behind Patrick Kobe. Ronnie leads this thing. And again, if he can pull this off, this would only be his second win of the year for Ronnie. If he can keep this up front. Taking a look side by side between the 15 and 83 machines. That'll be for 3rd and 4th. Ronnie trying to get into double digits here as far as wins on the year. I think you take a look at somebody like Ronnie here in the year that he's had 8 top 5s on the year. I think that's one of the reasons why he's so well off in points right now, is the consistency of that car. As Mark True and Mr. McMillan Sr. go side by side for 6. Right now, Ronnie out front. 3.4 over Dakota Camper. Take a look at the Camper and his 1 win on the year as well. 2-3 seconds off of Ronnie at the moment. These guys doing battle. It's got to be my question for the night is, what do you do long term Stringfellow and Kobe going into a bit of a battle. Patrick Kobe going to jump underneath Stringfellow. That'll be for 4th on track. Man, oh man, just a great run for Mr. Kobe up in the 4th. Patrick Kobe on a well of a ride here. Kobe up there into the top 4 here tonight. Again, 3rd is the best finish of the year for Kobe. So inside that top 4, and about to tie his best finish of the year if he stays where he's at. And again, that was back at oh boy, the guy's getting out of shape, but that was back at Texas where he managed to get that run. Keep that in mind, Kobe. It's been a while since he finished inside the top 3 back at Texas Motor Speedway, but great run tonight. There is Ronnie just continuing to pull away. The 3.5 seconds on the field. Dominant run for him here tonight. After Kobe, John McMillan Sr., Chris Gomez, Andrew there as well. Matthew Goodell in the pack running 8th. Goodell doing a really good job here on board with him as he'll work the inside of the racetrack here a little bit. Nose to tail right now down the back straightaway. Ronnie keeping that gap about 3.5 seconds now between 1st, 2nd right at the moment. Then a 2-second gap back to Matt. But behind him, he's got company, and it's Patrick Kobe. That car coming alive right now. Kobe gonna jump to the bottom. Let's take a look. He'll be alongside Matt here out of turn 4. 2 Ford Mustangs going at it for 3rd. Really impressive for Kobe, I have to say. You know, we talked about coming in about, you know, you're right there on that playoff bubble and making it work. This is how you do it. Get up there and run up front. You don't have to worry as much. We know if he stays where he's at, you're going to get some stage points here in another 20 laps or so. He'll jump to the bottom of Matt right now. Those two off of turn number 2, side by side. Kobe and Matt going at it. 2 by 2 right now out of turn 4. Kobe clear to 3rd. Man, oh man, Ronnie up front leading, pulling away at the moment. Ronnie leads. Ronnie doing a wonderful, epic job here tonight, keeping that car as clean as possible. Southern Excitement Racing lead here tonight. Of course, Blake picking up the championship 1 year ago. But right now, Ronnie out front, dominating at the moment. Bill Stringfellow and Ronnie coming off 2nd and 3rd in the championship, respectfully. Ronnie'd like to pick up a couple of spots this year. But funny enough for Ronnie, you take a look at last year, had 5 wins on the season. Only 1 here this year. gonna have to pick up the win total a little bit, but you take a look here. Matthew right there in that 4th spot. John McMillan Sr. side by side. That's 4th and 5th on the racetrack doing battle. Great battle right now. An update on David Durand. He has lost connection, 17 laps down now. David Durand having some connection issues. Gonna boot him out of this race. Not gonna help him in his championship hopes. So unfortunate for David Durand to have the problem. So 50 laps on these tires. How far will these guys push these Goodyear Eagles? I'm into lap 51 this time by. Toby right there. John McMillan Sr. there as well. Around 51 laps this time for the field. Ronnie 3 seconds up. And continuing to pull away right now. Around 109 laps to go here tonight. Andrew, Matthew Goodell, Matthew Pinterest, John McMillan Sr. right there as well. Great battle behind them here, deeper in the pack. Mark True, James C. Jones in a little bit of a battle. Just in front of them, Rue and Roger going at it as well. 29 Smiley Face Machine. Great run for Roger inside the top 10 here right now. And we got Stringfellow to pit road, 53 laps complete. Stringfellow come down, tires and fuel. And that 83 machines to the first car to come down. Gonna be Bill Stringfellow in that number 83. Now with Bill hitting pit road, what's it going to do to everybody else? Will it drag more to pit road? So again, Stringfellow down with 53 complete. Ronnie gonna stay out here. He's not hitting pit road yet. Camper, same thing. He'll stay out as well. It's the Camper and Dakota, Ronnie up front, hanging tight. Here comes Bill Stringfellow. You see him rejoining. He'll cross the commitment cone, get back up to speed. Now he's going to be quick for a few laps until these guys elect to pit. We'll see. See right there going back by Dakota, just up to speed and gone. And that speed difference, take a look here. We'll mark it next time by. It'll be about 2 seconds a lap or so. The difference between him and the leaders. And through 3 and 4, you see him already opening up that gap. 2-1, Mr. Dakota Camper. Take a look at that time by. 24-3 to the race leaders, 26-0. So all right at 2 seconds gaining per lap. Each lap that these guys stay out. Now Kyle down pit road. At number 9 machine starting his stops. Again, we close in on the stage break here at 65. Do you stay out and secure your points? Or do you go ahead and try to pit and make up some ground? And how long can these guys up front go? That's the other question here. It's got to be answered. They continue to do battle right now around this place. 65 going to be your stage break here tonight. Ronnie out front. So again, about 5 laps away from the end of the stage. And as long as Ronnie keeps it up front and keeps rolling and can make it on fuel, he's easily going to get the stage win here tonight. McMillan Sr. back here. Keeping an eye on the Stringfellow, 23-7 last time by. Slowed down a couple of tenths, but still way quicker than your leaders. Huge for Bill Stringfellow to make up some ground here. But again, once these guys hit pit road, it should cycle back the other way. 61 on the board for Ronnie and a 4-second lead over Dakota. Patrick Kobe holding off Matthew Goodell, John McMillan Sr. right there as well. Great battle between those two. A great job between Goodell and McMillan Sr. Wonderful racing here into 3 and 4. All right, we'll continue to run here at Iowa. Alrighty, folks, and we're back with Ronnie out front, Matthew Goodell and Patrick Kobe right there. Hanging on, 69 on the board right now. $69, $70 on the board this time through. Still working their way through, $70 on the board at the stripe. Here of 169 with Ronnie out front. Everybody holding tight right now. 70 and 100, 160 complete. Right now, Ronnie out front. Matthew Goodell right there as well. $71 on the board. We work 71 here complete. The old nose to tail out front. Ronnie leads after the stage win. Patrick Kobe there as well. Matthew in the mix. Andrew then Roger, James C. Jones, Bill, Kyle, and Dakota Camper right there in the mix with Chris Gomez as well. Up front, Ronnie continuing to lead right now. So Dakota Camper leading with Matthew Goodell there in second. As we come up on halfway, folks, I got to take a moment out of the booth again. I'll be right back with you in a moment. All right, back here as we see Ronnie heading pit road here, just about halfway through this one here tonight. He'll come down pit road. It'll be 4 tires and fuel for the driver of the 55 here tonight. So there we go. First stop for Ronnie after dominating the evening. As they continue to run right now, fighting their way through 35 on the board. Go Stringfellow, Matthew Goodell, Dakota Camper right there as well. But right now, it'll be 81 of 160 complete here tonight. 81 of 160 in the books. That's the way they set 83 on the board, a 160 Bill out front. Bill leads the way right now. Dakota Camper, there's Kyle in the mix as well with Chris Gonez. Everybody fighting their way through. Jonathan Cogswell right now in fifth. What about Ronnie hanging on as well? 32.84 complete. About 32 minutes left of running here, but Stringfellow up front. Remember, he pitted early in this cycle. Now Camper going to cycle through. The one guy waited the longest here in the cycle was Ronnie. Lost some ground, but we'll see. He lost about 15 seconds if it pays off in the long run for us. So that's the question here. Will this pay off for him? That's the way they set right now. 86 on the board of 160. Dakota Camper right now to the race lead. You see the sun continuing to set down into turn 4. There's Stringfellow there as well. Everybody hanging on, nose to tail, 87 of 160 complete here tonight. Everybody doing a wonderful job driving here tonight in Iowa. Right now it's Dakota Camper up front leading. That number 3 machine leads the charge. And number 3, Dakota Camper leads the charge right now over everybody else. Bill Stringfellow included in that. Stringfellow holding tight. 89 on the board this time by for Camper. Closing the gap down on the guys in front of him. You see the 10 machine. Matt Crockett would go a lap down. If it stays the same right now with Camper closing in. Dakota Camper out front of everyone else here. There's Camper, Stringfellow there. Stringfellow there as well. Stringfellow second, Gonez in third. 91 on the board this time by. Camper leads the charge. Stringfellow trying to close in. Deep in the pack. Take a look here at Ronnie. Trying to recover. 11 seconds off your leader right now. Don't know that this strategy is going to pay out for Ronnie that well. I don't know if I would have stayed out quite that long. He'll jump under Kyle here. Dakota Camper right up front leading up right now. The Camper leading at the moment. Dakota leading the way here. Dakota Camper continuing to lead. Stringfellow, Gonez, Cogswell, Osmere. There's Kyle, Mark True right there in 7th. Mark True hanging on. So Mark True fighting through in 7th right now with Dakota Camper out front leading by about 5 seconds over Bill Stringfellow. And Mr. Chris Gonez, Ronnie able to make it to 4th here underneath Jonathan Cogswell. Cogswell going to lose a spot. 95 on the board. Cogswell losing a spot to Ronnie there on track. So again, Ronnie starting to close back in that gap. Remember, led all of stage number 1. Took that little bit of different pit strategy there. Lost some ground. It was 15 seconds when he started. He's got it down to 8. So that car is coming. You see the 10 going a lap down. The 5 right there as well, going a lap down of Andrew. A long green flag run here tonight at Iowa. The first 96 laps have been clean and green all night long. '97 on the board with Ronnie out front. '97 of 180 complete. Dakota Camper, Ronnie right there. Chris Gomez right there as well. 98 on the board of 160 here tonight. '99 this time by with Dakota Camper leading the charge. About 6 seconds over the nearest competitor, Bill. Right now, 99 of 160 complete here tonight. Dakota Camper, Ronnie up front, Bill Stringfellow there as well. Right now, Dakota Camper continuing to lead the charge here at Iowa. Coming up to 60 laps to go here tonight. That gap continuing to fall. Ronnie to second. 6 seconds back. Ronnie's been so dominant here tonight. You know, he would be disappointed not to go to victory lane here this evening. 101 on the board. '102 laps complete this time by with Dakota Camper out front. Gomez, Stringfellow, Cogswell right there as well. Mark True setting in the line also with Kyle. So again, 102 complete here tonight, but Dakota Camper out front leading the charge on everyone here. 103 on the board. So what is it going to take here for Dakota to hold off Ronnie in this run to the end here tonight? Might be very, very difficult. Again, Ronnie's car has been on rails all race long and continuing to do that. As we work our way to the end here, Dakota Camper charging up front over Ronnie. Stringfellow Chris Gomez there as well. Been a relatively smooth race, if you could say that, here at Iowa Raceway. No yellows at this point. No yellows. Dakota Camper continuing to lead. You see Gomez, Jonathan Cogswell back here as well with Bill. And right now you see Bill Stringfellow inside that top 3. Great run for him tonight. So what can Bill Stringfellow do here inside the top three? He's got some pressure here from Gomez and Jonathan Cogswell a little further back there in that top five battle. Where will this work out for Cogswell? Great run for him inside the top five of Mark True and more right around him. David Durant again, if you missed earlier, had a connection problem, ended up losing connection. He is way off the mark here tonight, or where he hoped to be here by the end of Iowa this evening. Meanwhile, Camper still 2 seconds up right now on Mr. Ronnie, but Ronnie closing in rather quickly, trying to close that gap down to your race leader. Dakota Camper trying to play the early pit stop strategy to work to his favor. Hit it about 10 laps earlier than Ronnie to kind of play that card, and it did work. He got the lead, but the question's going to be, can he hang on to it? You know, you can get the lead, but hanging on to it's another story. In this long green flag run, Kyle there moving forward, but past Patrick Kobe, battle for seventh on the racetrack here. Patrick and Kyle going at it. Patrick on the bottom. He'll clear Kyle, move Patrick up to seventh here tonight. So Kobe up inside the top 10. Again, 1 week tonight, we go from here in Iowa to a much quicker racetrack when we go to Michigan in 1 week. A lot higher speed. It'll be interesting to see, going from about a top speed of 120, 140, 150 here tonight, all the way to Michigan, where we're going to be hitting close to 200. Greenville back down pit road in that number 83. He'll come back down. Now, I'm thinking, let's see, 44 laps. I'm thinking these guys up front probably going to have to make one more stop here tonight. When will that stop come for Ronnie and Dakota? How will that stop work out? Because we know at this point of the race, they could make it to the end from here. But when do you make the stop? Does Dakota try to shortcut Ronnie once again and get that lead back? Because remember, Ronnie's been back out there about 33 laps. So it's took him that amount of time to close the gap back down to Dakota with that 10 lap difference on tires of when they stopped. It equated to about a 33 lap time period it took for Ronnie to run him down. And Ronnie is gingerly working the top here, 3 wide around lap traffic. Here comes Ronnie. He's going to be to the back bumper of Dakota. Now, as soon as Ronnie gets by Dakota, if I'm Dakota, I'm looking at coming back down pit road. So Ronnie's going to complete the pass here to go back to the race lead. Now the strategy picks up. Roughly 45 to go here tonight. You know you can make it on fuel. Dakota's got to think about short pitting here. Once again, on Ronnie. And really cut that gap once again. Jonathan Cogswell doing that exact strategy. He'll be on pit road now. Cogswell there in the 27 grill and chill machine, making his final stop of the night. So this is becoming a tire strat race. When do you want to put your goodies on for the end? Our strategy is always key in these races that extend like this. And Dakota Camper, he's on pit road. There's what I said, he undercut. Now Ronnie's got to respond. He can't stay out there and run like he did last time. He's going to have to respond to that answer from Dakota and get down to pit road and try to cut that advantage down the best he can. Don't think he can make it all the way on fuel. Take a look where he's at right now. He's out front. Camper coming down pit road. Oh, Dakota slid through his stall a bit. Give up some valuable time. We just got to keep an eye on what Ronnie does. How far does he stay out? 119 on the board this time by. Chris Gomez right there in second. Camper having a problem on pit road. Dakota Camper blinked out there for a moment. Dakota Camper with a problem on pit road with a blinking issue. No, Dakota Camper. Massive problems on pit road. Horrible for Dakota. No way. Dakota had a strategy that was working. Has problems on pit road. Somebody's going to be on the radio to Ronnie letting him know that Dakota had an issue. You're going to open up the door for Ronnie here. James C. Jones back here. Dakota Camper now rolling back on track after that internet connection issue. Going to destroy his chances of a win here tonight. You got to feel for Dakota. Had a great run going up to that point. Ronnie right there as well. Hanging on. Andrew, Goodale, Kobe, Jones, Roger right there as well. So here we go. Coming down to the end of this thing. And it's went right back into Ronnie's hands once again. Man, it's so unfortunate for Dakota having those problems on pit road. Kind of hurt his shot here. What he had a really good opportunity to go to victory lane here tonight. Off a strategy. And just hope to get dashed. .24 on the board. .124 completed 160 right now. Ronnie out front leading with Andrew in second. Hopes for Dakota Camper. Dash there with problems on pit road. Unfortunate there for Dakota. Well, 126 on the board this time by. Because they keep it running right now. 126 on the board. A 160 here tonight. As they work their way through, again, 127 laps complete. Ronnie out front leading with Andrew there in second. So they work their way through. Ronnie out front, Andrew second, Goodale in third. .130 laps on the board this time by. And oh man, it'll be less than 30 to go this time by with Ronnie out front, continuing to lead the charge. James C. Jones up to 6 with the fresher tires right now. Going to run for Jones. Or, excuse me, Bill Stringfellow, not Jones. My apologies. So Bill doing a wonderful job right now. He actually might delta out and get in front of Ronnie when he pits. race might have fell into Bill Stringfellow's laps a little bit. As he continues to close on Kobe for fourth right now. Bill Stringfellow, pressure tires on that car, keep in mind. When does Ronnie hit pit road here? Here comes Stringfellow. Still about a second faster than your leader. You've got to leave yourself enough time if you're Ronnie to run him back down when you get tires and he's now on the old tires. That's the strategy here. So again, 133 on the board. So again, 133 on the board of 160 here tonight. Closing on the end of this one. Nose to tail. There's Stringfellow right to the bumper. If I believe that's Goodale, oh, excuse me, that's going to be Ronnie. He's going to get by, so he'll unlap himself here. Man, this is dicey for Ronnie, staying out this long. If he can't make it on fuel, it's going to be trouble. Remember, he made it about 80 laps. It's going to be so close. He'll be right there on that fuel number. Man, oh man, oh man. And Stringfellow blinking out. The Stringfellow with a problem with connection here tonight. Another driver with another connection issue here tonight. Oh, now he's back. Nope, he's not. Bill Stringfellow with yet another connection issue here tonight. Ronnie out front, hanging tight. There's Andrew closing it on Goodale. Goodale just in front. 138 on the board of 160 here tonight. Closing into 20 to go here tonight in Iowa. Andrew to third. Great job. 138 complete here tonight at 160. Out front, leading the way right now. In charge here, looking for win number 2 on the year. So again, it will be 140 this time by. It'll be 140 on the stripe with Ronnie out front. Great run for Ronnie Osmeer. Mark True just behind him there as well. $141 on the board this time by. Ronnie, Matthew Goodale, Andrew Rattel right there as well. 141 on the strike. 20 laps to go for race leader Ronnie. He'd have to stretch it to 81 laps on this tank if he is going to make it to the end. Now, one thing about it, Goodale it's got a couple of laps in the tank over Ronnie. That could be huge here. 20 laps to go. So it'll be 2019 at the stripe for Ronnie. Goodale's got 2 more laps here than Ronnie does. Mark True back here as well. Can Matthew Goodale maybe get one on fuel mileage here tonight in Iowa? 18 to go. $17 laps to go this time by. $17 laps to go. Ronnie out front leading. Ronnie Osmer leads the way. Goodale in second, 16 to go. $16 to go at Iowa. So right now it'll be 16 laps to go with Ronnie out front leading. $15 to go with Ronnie out front. Matthew Goodale in second. It's the way they say it. And Ronnie make it to the end of this on fuel. He's got a 17-second lead over Goodale. A little bit of a battle back here between Kyle and Chris Gonez. Great battle between these two as well. It's going to be around 7th and 8th on the racetrack. Kyle going to go to the top. Chris going to go there as well. 14 to go. $14 to go here tonight. Chris Gonez, Kyle just behind them. 13 to go at the stripe. $12 to go this time by. It'll be 12 laps to go. Ronnie out front leading. 12 to go. Ronnie leads Matthew Goodale in second. $11 to go at the stripe. Ronnie leads the way. 11 to go. James C. Jones right there. What about Kyle? Chris Gonez right there as well. It'll be 10 laps to go this time by off of turn number 4. It'll be 10 to go. Nine laps to go this time by for Chris Gonez. Ronnie out front leading. Ronnie continuing to lead here tonight. 8 to go at the stripe. 8 laps to go this time by. Ronnie out front leading. 8 to go at the stripe right now. Mark True back to third. What about Andrew to fourth? Coming to 7 laps to go at Iowa. Ronnie continuing to lead right now by 14 seconds. Taking a look at the battle between Mark True and Mr. Andrew just behind him. 6 to go this time by for these two. Six laps to go at Iowa. And oh man, Ronnie's gonna have to run 81 laps on this tank. Next time by, he'll see 5 laps to go. Cody Camper, Bill Stringfellow, David Duran, those guys having connection issues here tonight, costing them huge here at Iowa. 5 to go. Five laps to go. Four laps to go this time by. 4 to go. Right now, Roddy continuing to lead. It's going to be a 12-second gap. Does he have enough fuel in the tank to run 3 more laps here in Iowa? Needs to save fuel. Got a 12-second lead on the field right now. Coming to 2 to go this time by. Be 2 to go this time by. Two laps to go. 12-second lead. Goodell back here, but not close enough unless Ronnie has a problem. Coming to the white flag, Ronnie will take the 1 to go at Iowa. This time by. He's got to have enough fuel in the tank for 1 more lap. 1 to go at Iowa. Dominant race car all night. Right now, out of turn number 2. Looks to be in good shape down the back straightaway. And Ronnie into 3 and 4. Will exit turn number 4. A little slow, but it's going to be okay. A 12-second lead. Ronnie Osmeer win number 2 on the year. Goodell right now going to come home second. This time by Mark True right there in 3rd. Great run for him. Inside the top 3 if he crosses the stripe. But it was a dominant performance for the 55 machine of Ronnie out front here tonight. Ronnie Osmeer going to go to victory lane here at Iowa. Congratulations to Ronnie. We'll get ready to talk to him here. That Shine Runners driver going to victory lane. Ronnie, man, Matt DeVooth, you got a copy.
Yes, I do.
Well, that was a pretty picture-perfect night, buddy.
Yeah, just about as perfect I can do.
Well, man, 2nd win on the year. How much confidence do you have in this car now with 2 wins on the year?
I've always had plenty confidence in this car. Once they said it was harder to drive, I was excited for that, and it fits my driving style. Iowa's one of my favorite tracks, and it's just a perfect combination.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, you led a ton of laps here tonight. Was you surprised that it went green all the way to the end like that?
Yeah, it's surprising that any short track, in Iowa counts as a short track, that we go caution free and actually have a fuel mileage race for once in the and it was pretty fun to do that. So, and to accomplish it, it was pretty cool.
Speaking of fuel mileage, how close were you?
I saved it so well. I was 5 laps to the good.
Here we go, man. Well, win number 2 on the year for you, Ronnie, bringing it home for Shine Runners. Anybody you'd like to thank, buddy?
A shout out to PH Ware and Dakota and the guys who runs league and you for broadcasting.
Good for Ronnie. Congratulations and win here tonight at Iowa.
Thank you.
All righty, in here with us right now, Mark True. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, how about that? A top 3 finish, brother.
Yeah, about time. I've been struggling.
Well, tonight you didn't. Well, you had a good night overall, good strategy and everything else.
Yeah, Ronnie had a little bit better pit strategy. Plus, he's a little bit faster. So, good win for Ronnie.
Well, man, don't take a look at yourself. Top 3 here. What kind of momentum does it give you headed towards Michigan?
Michigan's one of my better tracks, so I think we'll do all right there.
Well, man, I look forward to seeing you going and getting it done in Michigan, buddy.
All right, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Congratulations there, Matthew, on that 2nd place.
All right, Mark. Congrats, bud. Mark True comes home. Top 3. Let's see if we can get Goodale up here. Hey, Mr. Goodale, you got me.
I got you. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Coming home 2nd here tonight. Not quite close enough to get to Ronnie, but overall good run.
Yeah, the car was fast. I was really good in practice, but I decided that seeing on the long runs how the tires were wearing, that I was just going to kind of take it easy because I felt really good on a long run. And Ronnie pitted before me on that first long run, so I didn't think he could make it on fuel, so I was a little bit heartbroken there at the end.
Well, man, I tell you what, I think you said he was like 5 laps to the good.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, and I had Mark True behind me, so I'm watching him reel me down. I'm praying that I have enough fuel. So it was interesting.
Well, man, an interesting race overall. Green flag all the way here to Iowa.
Yeah, I would have never guessed that. These cars on the long runs were a handful to drive. Loose in, tight in the middle, loose off. So it was a great job by everyone to keep it green.
Well, I guess we go the opposite next week. We go to Michigan.
Yeah, I love Michigan, so I'm looking forward to that as well.
All righty, man. Well, I'll see you in 1 week at Michigan, buddy.
Appreciate that. I appreciate my teammates for all the help they give. So thank you.
No problem, buddy. We'll see you next week. All righty, folks. That's going to just about do it here from Iowa. Thank you guys for coming out. We'll see you in 1 week when we go to the Irish Hills of Michigan. Until then, everyone stay safe. Have a great night. We'll see you in Michigan.